Hey there. All clean.
I'm only 3.
And you'll never live to see 4.
The year 2032, Friday. Well, I haven't written in this thing in years. I was getting home from work today and I saw this thing lying under a stack of paperwork. I guess I used to like writing it when I was a kid, so I figured I'd give it another try. Jesus, there's a lot of catching up to do. Where to start? Riley's gone. No, not dead or anything. He just moved away. He's lived in Boston for 7 years now. I think. I don't even remember anymore. Damn, I haven't spoken to him at all since he left. I still don't really want to talk about it. I work a good job, I guess. Me and Bryce Anderson work at this office downtown. I mean, it's not like I enjoy it, but it pays the bills. Am I happy? I'm not sure. Roderick still lives in Plainville, like me, but not Manny. He decided he was too good for us and went to New York in his 20s. The rest of the family still hasn't forgiven him. Me and Roderick will still see him if he's in town, but not mom or dad. Speaking of which, they're still living in the same house. Yeah, it's pretty old now, but they seem good there. Roderick's married now. He met this woman about 8 years ago, and they've got a kid. Tuesday. Yeah, so Roderick's married. Me? I've never really thought about settling down. It's not like I don't get around. I do, but I've never actually had a serious relationship. Currently, I'm not seeing anyone. I guess I could say I've been busy with my job or something, but I'd just be making excuses. Work keeps me occupied, but it hasn't really been something I need to bring home. Plus, Bryce and I never really made it past being colleagues, so we don't do anything outside of the office. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Get to the hospital now. It's Dad. The cancer's gotten worse. Shit. What does my boy Bryce have to do with Greg not having a relationship? Wednesday. I guess I have to come clean. Dad was diagnosed with lung cancer over a year ago. He started treatment almost as soon as he found out. A couple of months back, the doctors told us that the cancer went into remission and we wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Then during a checkup, they found another tumor. So I guess the doctors here are just bullshit. Mom hasn't really been taking it well, which I guess is totally fair. For now, their savings are just covering the medical bills, but this won't last forever. Thursday. You're never gonna believe who just showed up at the hospital. That piece of shit Manny. After almost a decade, this is when he decided to see Dad. Damn it, Roderick must have told him. I wish he told me instead of just letting him walk in unannounced. He's in the hospital lobby with me and Roderick right now, and Mom's with Dad. Neither of them know Manny's here yet. Manny wants to go see them now, so I guess we just have to let him? Get the fuck out of here right now! Thursday. It didn't take Manny long to leave after that. He tried to talk to us on the way out, but Roderick took care of that. So did Roderick invite Manny to the hospital just to whoop his ass? I'm home right now, trying to think all this through. For the first time in a long while, I'm genuinely scared. Not just for Dad, but for myself. This is never what I thought my life would be like when I was a kid. Why couldn't I have that life? Is there something wrong with me? I need someone I can talk to about it. I don't think Mom and Dad have ever truly understood me. So not them. Roderick maybe, but I'm not gonna lie. Him and his perfect life kinda intimidate me. Sure as hell not Manny. There's only one person I can think of who I want to talk to right now. Dear Rowley. Friday. Alright, before I say what happened next, there's something I've been needing to get off my chest for a long time. So here it goes. 7 years earlier. Riley and I were best friends. We'd spent pretty much every day together since middle school. Went to college together and even moved into the same neighborhood afterwards. I was applying for a job at Funbrain Games, the company that made Twisted Wizard. Riley had managed to get Zooey Mama in a local paper. He got good pay, and from what I remember, he was doing a really good job. I was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life. But it only took one phone call for everything to change forever. So Riley got a call from this comic syndicate in Boston. They'd seen his work and they wanted to offer him a position. The thing was, they only had room for one more cartoonist, so if Riley wanted a job, he'd have to move to Boston within 2 weeks. Now, I was in a particularly good mood already, because Funbrain Games had just denied my application. So when Riley gave me the news that he'd be moving to Boston in 2 weeks, I was devastated. The day before he moved, I told him to meet me on the roof of our old middle school, for old time's sake. I had something I'd been waiting a long time to tell him, that I needed to say before he was gone. I love you. Yeah, I love you too, man. No, I'm serious. I don't know if I'm bi or what, but I love you. We left the next morning. We haven't talked since. Thursday. It's been 1 week since I tried to get in contact with Rowley. He still hasn't responded. At this point, I've only got one option left. Now leaving Plainville. Welcome to Boston. Guys, don't ever do shit like this. I'm not gay, Greg. My father is dead. He's gone. I'll never see him again. I'll never be able to talk to him again. I'll never be able to tell him what I thought of him, what I really thought of him. This was the man who made me hide my sexuality for the last 3 decades. He's the reason I'm miserable. Remember when I was 16, I tried to tell him the truth. He didn't take it well.
Lucius!
You're out of your damn mind, walking in here looking like a little bitch. Get over here!
Lucius, no!
He never talked to me about it again. I guess he figured I'd change my mind. I should have gotten this off of my chest when I had the chance. Should have told him when I could. I don't think I'll go to the funeral. Roderick told me it will be on Monday. I haven't even been in Plainsville. I've been living in my car in Boston for the past 2 days. I guess this means I'll have to write down what I thought of him instead of actually saying it. Just like every other genuine emotion I've ever had. Fuck you, Dad. Man, what the fuck do y'all got me reading, man? I wasn't ready for this deep shit. And you gotta accept your children for who they are. You brought them into this world, right? They didn't have a choice. Unless, of course, they're like a serial killer or a furry or something like that. Wednesday. The funeral was 2 days ago. I didn't go. I ended up driving back to Plainville yesterday because there's really nothing left for me in Boston. I found a termination letter from the office in my mailbox, which I guess I should have expected when I wasn't at work for a week. I realized I needed to have some sort of closure with Dad, so I decided to visit his grave last night. I guess I wasn't the only one with that idea, though. When I arrived at the cemetery, I detected the smell of gasoline. It suddenly made sense when I saw Manny standing at Dad's grave with a lit match. I don't know what I wanted to do there last night, but it sure as hell wasn't that. I feel sick. Thursday. I couldn't deal with this by myself anymore. I needed someone to help me. It was only a matter of time before I became Manny, and after what I saw that he was capable of at the graveyard, I couldn't let that happen. I wasn't about to let this hate dominate my life anymore. I was scared of what Mom and Roger would think of me after skipping the funeral. I was pretty raw after what happened with Rowley, so it took a lot of nerve, even more alcohol, to do what I did next. I'm not sure what I feel. What Bryce and I did this night isn't something I've ever done with another man. Like I said before, I've never been able to move on from Rowley, but I think I just did. I think I'm happy. It's been so long, I don't even remember what that feels like. Oh boy, what happened to my girl Holly Hills, Greg? What's going on here? I got a quick question for you guys. Do you think Greg is a top or a bottom, and how much is he packing down there? Friday. I guess you could say my day didn't start too well. And Bryce, about my job. Is that what this was about? Jesus Christ, Greg. You can't do this to people. Get out. The worst part is, he wasn't even wrong. I've done this my whole life. I've manipulated and lied into getting my way. I guess I am no better than Manny or Dad. I figured I'd cut my losses and go home, but I guess I can't even do that because all I found when I arrived was a locked door and an eviction notice. I should have probably explained this a bit better. I never had much money saved to begin with, but when Dad got cancer, I ended up chipping in on his medical bills. My paycheck just barely covered the rent. As soon as I got fired, there wasn't enough cash left. I'm still not ready to see Mom or Roderick, so I guess I'll take my chances on the streets. Hey, if you guys made it this far in the video, you might as well hit the subscribe button. Friday. I'm not sure how to say this, but I spent the night at Plainview Homeless Shelter. That's not even the craziest part. Fregley was there. I guess I'd let my guard down, because I ended up talking to him, and even telling him what I've been going through. Look, Craig, my dad wasn't around a lot. I don't know if you knew that, but when he was pretty bad. He hit me, he hit my mom. Eventually, sometime during elementary school, my mom told him to leave. Even though he was a total piece of shit, I still missed him. It wasn't easy without him. Mom barely had enough income to support me. You probably remember how I coped, never quite acting normal. He took quite the mental toll, and I don't think I ever recovered. It's not like we could afford therapy, and then we weren't really friends, and I don't blame you for that. I've always had my mom, though. She's the best friend I've ever had. I don't want to tell you what to do, man, but I really think the best thing you can do is see your mom at the end of the day. Family's family. Damn, who would have thought the best advice that ever been given would be from Fregley? Boy, I don't read these things ahead. I'm nervous for this ending, like what fucked up things around the corner next. Saturday. Well, after what Fregley said, I decided it was time to see Mom. I wasn't sure how I felt when I knocked on the door of my childhood home, but the moment the door opened, I broke. Neither of us said a word. For what seemed like a lifetime, we stood there, motionless. Then it all spilled out. All of our pain took the form of a million teardrops streaming down our faces. We talked for ages in the old living room about Dad, Roderick, and even Manny. We agreed it would be best if I stayed there until I got my shit together. Once I thought Mom went to bed, I remembered something about the old house. Way back in middle school, I hid my Meemaw's diamond wedding ring here in case I ever needed to pawn it to get myself out of some god-awful situation. Like the true asshole I am, I even thought now might be that situation. Greg, what have you done? Like a broken record, that's all she could say at first in a hushed voice, repeating it in increasing volumes, until finally, one last time, she fell to her knees and screamed, Greg, what have you done? I wasn't sure what to do. I couldn't say anything. I dropped the ring and ran, not sure where to go. After an hour of what I thought was aimlessly running, I realized where I was, Roderick's front lawn. It took me one look through the window, seeing Roderick with his wife and kid, to realize I can't do this. I thought I could, but I can't. What would I even say to him? What would he even do? All I can do is screw everything up, and he doesn't need that in his life. Nobody does. I'm done with all this. I'll just have to sleep in the alley. Sunday. First of all, let me get something straight. This is no longer a journal. It's a suicide note. I'm not emotionally equipped to keep living like this. I've ruined every relationship I've ever had. I've got nowhere left to go. I'm truly stuck in this world with a bunch of morons who don't love me. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Love. See, that's the thing. I've got a lot of love to give, but I've never gotten any back. Maybe when I was a kid. But even then, I don't think my parents ever really loved me. It looks like I've lost everything I have to live for, so I guess this is the end.